Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So I apologise profusely, but I need to do this video on my laptop, and there's no dark mode apparently for Wikipedia officially on the web browser, only on your phone. So I apologise for the whiteness. Maybe turn down the, maybe turn your phone over and just listen, or turn down the brightness on your phone if you're watching this before bed. I do apologise. I haven't done one of these in ages, so this is an ASMR channel meant to help relax you after a long day, stressful day. Maybe going to help you fall asleep as well. And I started this channel off doing loads of these types of videos, but recently I've started to concentrate on other sorts of videos. So I really want to get back into doing what for me is the core of this channel, which is looking at individual clubs, looking at their history, their achievements, and their current squad. So if you like these sorts of videos, give this video a like. And also, could you drop a comment and let me know which club from any division I should focus on next, and the one that I get repeated the most will be the one that I do next. I've already done quite a few, so look back through those. I've done a playlist for you. So today we're going to look at Brighton, their full name being Brighton and Hove Albion FC, probably one of the most exciting clubs to watch in the English Premier League this season. Okay, let's find out a little bit about them, shall we? So Brighton and Hove Albion, that's their emblem with the seagull in it, because they're on the coast. So the Seagulls is their nickname, Albion, and they're in Brighton, obviously. They were founded on the 24th of June 1901, 121 years ago, so a very old club. Their club is the Farmer Stadium, but for sponsorship reasons is known as the Amex, which is the American Express Stadium, with 31,800. It's a lovely modern stadium. Owner is Tony Bloom, and of course after Graham Potter leaving, Roberto De Zerbi is the Italian in charge. They're in the Premier League, and last year they finished 9th out of 20, but they are almost certainly finishing above that this season. Their home kit is the stripes of blue and white with a gold trim. Their away kit is orange, and their third kit is that sort of, I'm a tiny bit blue-green colour blind, but I think it's like a greeny colour, right? Okay, let's have a look at this stadium really quick before we look at the history. So the Amex Stadium is a nice picture of it there. It's quite compact, but very nice. So it's pretty new. When was it built? The record attendance against Chelsea, 31,746 on the 29th of October 2022, so not long ago. It was built in 2008, 14 years ago. It doesn't look that old. And it was opened 11 years ago in 2011 at a cost of 93 million. Let's get a shot of the inside. I don't know why, but I really like this stadium. It's just very, I don't know. I can't think of the word. Okay. Let's get to it then. Brighton Hove Albion Football Club, commonly referred to simply as Brighton, is an English professional football club based in the city of Brighton and Hove. They compete in the Premier League, the top tier of the English Football League system. The club's home ground is the 31,800 capacity Farmer Stadium in Farmer, northeast of Brighton. Founded in 1901 and nicknamed the Seagulls or Albion, Brighton played their early professional football in the Southern League, before being elected to the Football League in 1920. Prior to the current, continuing stint in the Premier League, the club enjoyed greatest prominence between 1979 and 1983, when they played in the First Division and reached the 1983 FA Cup final, losing to Man United after a replay. Back in the days when cup finals used to have replays. They were relegated from the First Division in the same season. That happens, a weirdly the late 1990s, Brighton were in the fourth tier of the English football and were having financial difficulties after narrowly avoiding relegation from the Football League to the Conference in 1997. A boardroom takeover saved the club from liquidation. Successive promotions in 2001 and 2002 brought Brighton back to the second tier, and in 2011 the club moved into the Farmer Stadium after 14 years without a permanent home ground. In the 2016-17 season, Brighton finished second in the Championship and were thus promoted to the Premier League, ending a 34-year absence from the top flight. So they were founded in 1901, and 19 years later, in 1920, they were elected to the Football League's new third division after previously being members of the Southern League. In the Southern League, they won their only national honour to date, the FA Charity Shield, which at the time was contested by the champions of the Southern League and the Football League, by defeating Football League champions Aston Villa in 1910. Following their switch to the regionalised Division 3 South in 1921, they remained in this division until the 57-58 season, when they won the title and secured promotion to the second division at the same time as the regionalised North and South divisions de-regionalised into a third and fourth division for the 58-59 season. Okay. Mike Bamber was the chairman of Brighton from October 72 until 83. He famously brought Brian Clough to the club in 73 and later appointed former England player Alan Mullery as manager. Brighton's life as a Football League club had brought little in the way of success and headlines until 79, when, under Mullery's management, they were promoted to the first division as second division runners-up. The 82-83 season saw a wildly inconsistent start for the club, with victories over Arsenal and Man United, mixed in with heavy defeats. Manager Mike Bailey eventually lost his job at the start of December 82. Jimmy Mellier took over as manager but was unable to turn the situation around, and Brighton, after 4 seasons in the top flight, were relegated in 1983, finishing in last place. Despite their relegation that season, Brighton reached their first and only to date FA Cup final and drew 2-2 with Man United in the first match. Brighton's goals were scored by Gordon Smith and Gary Stevens. The final featured an infamous miss by Gordon Smith, with virtually the last kick of the game in extra time, prompting the BBC commentator Peter Jones to utter the well-known phrase, "and Smith must score." However, Smith's kick was saved by the Man United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. In the replay, Man United won 4-0. Okay, let's go to more modern history. 2011-2017. The Farmer Stadium hosted its first league match on the opening day of the 2011-12 season against Doncaster Rovers, who were the last opposition to play at the Goldstone in 1997. The game finished 2-1 to Albion. The 2012-2013 season saw Brighton finish 4th and lose in the playoff semi-finals to Crystal Palace. Poyet was suspended as manager following controversial comments made in his post-match interview, and was later sacked as manager and replaced by Oscar Garcia. I forgot that Gustavo Poyet was manager for like 4 years. On the final day of the 2013-14 season, Brighton beat Nottingham Forest 2-1 with a last-minute winner from Leonardo Ulloa to secure a 6th place finish. After losing to Derby County in the playoff semi-finals, Garcia resigned. Ex-Liverpool defender Sami Hyypiä was appointed manager for the 14-15 season, but resigned after just 4 months due to a poor run of results. He was replaced by former Norwich manager Chris Hughton. In the following campaign, Brighton challenged for promotion again, buoyed by a 21-game unbeaten run from the opening day to the 19th of December. On the final day of the season, Brighton travelled to Middlesbrough and needed a win to secure promotion to the Premier League, but a 1-1 draw meant third and a playoff place, where defeat to Sheffield Wednesday was Brighton's third playoff semi-final defeat in 4 seasons. I'm a Swansea fan, I know how you feel. Brighton started 2016-17 with an 18-match unbeaten run, taking them to the top of the league for much of December and January. They remained in the automatic promotion positions for most of the rest of the season and clinched promotion to the Premier League after a 2-1 win against Wigan Athletic at home on the 17th of April 2017. They broke their transfer record multiple times throughout the summer window, with the previous club record signing of José Izquierdo commanding a fee reported to be over 13 million. I think it was from Club Bruges. Back in the top flight, 2017 to the present. Brighton's first season back in the Premier League was largely successful, with the club rising to the top half several times in the season, despite falling to 1 point above the relegation zone in January. Victories over Arsenal and Man United in the final months of the campaign helped secure a finish of 15th. Despite a promising start to the second season in the Premier League, the team endured poor results in the latter stages, achieving just 3 wins in their last 18 games. In the FA Cup, Brighton reached the semi-finals for the first time since 1983, losing 1-0 to Manchester City. Albion ultimately survived relegation with a 17th place finish, but Houghton was sacked following the end of the season due to the poor run of results. Following Houghton's sacking, Swansea manager Graham Potter was appointed as the new head coach on a 4-year contract. The contract was extended by a further 2 years in November 2019. From March to June 2020, the season was suspended due to COVID. Brighton finished 15th and 16th in Potter's first 2 seasons, securing a historic 5th season in the Premier League in May 2021 that ensured their current spell in the top flight exceeded their previous run from 79 to 83. The club's 21-22 season saw a 9th place finish in the Premier League, the highest Brighton have ever finished in English top flight football. Hold this space. With a record tally of 51 points. This also marked Brighton's 9th season overall in the English top flight. In September 2022, Potter left the club to become head coach of Chelsea, following the dismissal of Thomas Tuchel. On the 18th of September 2022, Brighton announced Roberto De Zerbi as the club's new head coach. And I have to say, I was worried, but I think that he's doing an even better job than Graham Potter did. I know Graham Potter laid the foundations with the signings, but he's done a fantastic job. Do you agree? Okay, let's have a look at their squad at the moment then. So Roberto Sanchez, doing so well, I think he's been called up to the Spanish national team, right? Tariq Lamptey, absolutely so fast. Went to the World Cup with Ghana as well. Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, who's the captain. Levi Colwell, on loan from Chelsea. Solly March, having a cracking season. World Cup winner Alexis McAllister. Pascal Kors. Adam Lallana, formerly of Liverpool. Jakob Moder. Danny Welbeck scored on the weekend. He's doing so well for them. Not in terms of goal, but in the link-up play. I think he's doing great. Jeremy Sarmiento. He played into the World Cup with Ecuador as well. Julio Enciso, Denis Undav, Kaoru Mitoma, sensational player. Where did they sign him from? From Kawasaki Frontale. Yeah, he is just wonderful. Jason Steele, Moises Caicedo, Yassine Ayari, Billy Gilmore, Evan Ferguson, Jan Paul van Hecke, Pervis Estupinian, Joel Veltman, and Tom McGill. So, yeah, quite a good sort of South American contingency here with 1, 2, 2, 3 Ecuadorians and a Paraguayan as well. A couple of Dutch thrown in around. Oh, and Argentinian, of course. And yes, sort of quite an international team, but based on English players. Scotland, it's an Irish, and then on loan. I don't think I know anything. Oh, I know Zakiri a little bit. Kabovnik I've heard of. Scherpen. Okay. Yeah, so there. Where did I see their managers? Oh yeah, here. So I totally forgot. So Gus Poyet was manager for 4 years. I totally forgot about that. What comments did he make then that got him sacked? I'd really like to know. I can't. It's in the back of my mind. Oh, he is currently the head coach of the Greece national football team. I did not know that. Mickey Adams. I think he used to manage Swansea. Managerial senior career manager. Yeah, Swansea City in 1997. Dean Wilkins, Mark Mickey, Steve Coppell. Some quite famous names there. Brian Clough, obviously, probably one of the most famous. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's my it should be the bread and butter of this channel, really. I need to do them more often. Who would you like to see me do next? Any club. Check if you want to on the playlist whether I've done the club before. I've done Barcelona, Real Madrid, Milan, Inter, Juve. I've done Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Ajax, PSV Eindhoven. But yeah, if you want me to do your club next, give me a shout and I'll try and do it for next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click like. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed, click subscribe. Check out that playlist and I'll see you soon.